Yeah, we're just having lunch and dining in the high and low lunch hall.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. One thing that is the best is when I eat lunch with you guys, because we all have so much in common. Because
Yeah.
We're all scientists.
What? No.
Speak for yourself. I'm just here to get an egg salad.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm no sort of scientist. Excuse me. I'm
Oh,
just
you're
gonna
not scientist?
Prick you real quick right here. Thank you.
I'm a scientist, but I'm a normal scientist. Normal scientist.
Oh, okay. Normal science. Is it something normal scientists do to pick up my nail clippings?
Yeah.
And collect them in a jar?
Actually, I would say so. I'm an expert on the subject.
Good.
So-
Just one question, though. Where in the cafeteria do you find the bubbling beaker of pink fluid?
You're one to talk.
Is that like cream soda?
I've seen you with your steaming Erlenmeyer flask.
Simply warming up a bowl of soup.
That's-
Nothing untoward.
Is that what this case full of 500 hotel Schaefer's was for?
That's right. Yes, it's just Schaefer's soup.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, that makes sense to me. You have a
can
good
have some.
explanation.
Don't you feel like a jerk now?
And what about all these boxes that are marked biohazard on them?
Yeah, what's in there?
Well, if I didn't
I mean,
mark
they were
them,
addressed to me, but I'm sure they're for you.
John, maybe we can talk about it and figure out a way to not have our biohazard shipments come on the same day. We wouldn't have these problems.
It shouldn't come with my Uber Eats, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you wanna pay
maybe
twice?
that's on you, maybe that's on Uber, that they like to package in all their deliveries, but
I'd rather not pay twice the delivery fees.
Yeah.
It is on me.
some things are worth the price.
But yes, those are my biohazards, and I mark them because how rude would it be to leave them unmarked? How foolish would you feel if you just open it up and ate some like a stew?
All right. And speaking of which, I mean, if I leave a brain in the fridge, clearly labeled with my name on it, don't eat. I'd like it if you're hellhounds, and if whatever other experiments that have come out, stay away from my brains.
Keep my hellhounds out of your mouth.
That's not your midnight snack.
They're not your midnight snack either, you ghoul.
You know, for a couple of not scientists, you guys sure have a lot of fun experiments and body parts, and I think you can see why I was confused. It's all just a misunderstanding, I guess.
I'm not a
But
scientist. I'm a hobbyist.
You're a
and
hobbyist.
I'm a very sane hobbyist. I'm a happy hobbyist, not a mad hobbyist.
People
or
have
anything.
always said that about you. They've said Luke is astonishingly sane.
Yes.
Mad like a
It says
fox.
right here. There's a stamp on my head.
I just don't know why you have to be taking my blood right now. You could ask.
Again,
I don't know what you're talking
You're making
about.
me a mads. I almost said mads. I'm not a scientist. You're making me mad. Full stop. I wasn't going to carry that statement.
you're an angry
Here, boy.
non-scientist.
Here, boy.
But yeah, maybe if you covered your brains up, they wouldn't be so accessible to two-headed monkeys and other such things that Mitchell may or may not have.
That's why God
kicking
invented
around
the
here.
skull, so you can cover your brains up.
Okay, and please clean up after your capuchins.
Well,
I know one of them has no butt. It's
yeah.
just two heads on a body, a head where the butt should be, but the other one is hanging around my bedroom and leaving a mess in the hall. If you could just dispose of it.
I want to make a note of that. Okay.
easier said than done.
Cannot discern human feces from capuchin feces.
I got the monkeys as a cover for my feces activity about the house. But I am a normal scientist, not mad. What I'm learning, I think, is that the line between mad scientist and normal scientist is very fine, because a normal scientist, I would expect him to be drawing blood. I would expect him to be dissecting a body. So
Yeah. Vonn, do you hear that buzzing? It's like a loud buzzing. I think it's coming from Mitchell's hat.
Yeah, I like. Are we being recorded right now, dude? That's not
this is
very ethical.
This is my perfectly normal hat.
What about your science ethics?
This is it's a science hat. I use it to measure the temperature of the air.
He's live streaming.
Or his Twitch experiments?
I thought we could get some extra cash, guys, live streaming some mad scientist stuff.
Okay, well, shirt on or off?
Welcome everybody to High and Low, a podcast about talking picture shows.
We do films that are corny, and some that are horny, and some that win Academy Awards.
Doing all kind of movies from all kinds of genres, serving hot takes like plates of lasagna. Before we get going, a warning to you, you might hear some talk that's a little blue.
We sometimes cuss and we sometimes curse. We like to do it off the cuff and don't rehearse.
Now, if this sounds like your kind of show,
Tune in, drop out, this is High and Low.
Act like a pack of hounds. We were just having fun.
Coming at you live.
Coming at you live from the high and low dungeon.
Coming at you unalive on Halloween season.
Ba-da-dum.
High and low.
I want to suck your blood.
I want to suck. Welcome back to the High and Low Movie Show. This is the podcast where we take two thematically connected movies and we compare them. We see which one did it better. We're kicking off the spooky season a little early here in the High and Low studios, and we're talking Frankenstein movies. We're comparing Frankenstein 1931 to Frankenhooker 1990. Today we're talking about James Whale's Frankenstein.
I'm Luke.
All right.
Spook. Slow bood, I should say.
Yeah, I'm Mitchell McDisaac.
I'm Vonn Ziola. Welcome to the second annual House of Horror.
It's that time of year.
Terrible at wolf howls.
Yeah, let's go on your performance review. Wolf howls.
Ow, ow, ow.
2 out of 5.
I'm like a cartoon wolf that saw a sexy lady. Ow! My jaw dropped and my tongue like rolls out like the mask.
I like to think I'm the type of wolf that shows up on T-shirts that you can still buy at airport kiosks today.
I love those. Those are real spooky.
Yeah.
Like those moon wolves.
Yeah, moon wolf. Lots of moon wolf.
Moon wolf.
Moon superimposed over a wolf or whatever.
Or a
But
wolf over...
You're looking out at the mountains, the trees.
You know what?
I like the glamour shot of the wolf where there's like the wolf portrait on the side, maybe in profile, and then you have the wolf in the front,
Like his
doing a bit of a
eyes.
run, kind of a more like an action shot.
It looks noble that way.
I'm going to change what I said 2 seconds ago, and I want to be the lion standing amongst the sheep.
Children of the night.
I don't concern. The lion doesn't concern itself with the minds of the sheep.
Yeah.
That's a badass thing.
That's what I want on
That's
it.
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, lion's a cool
I'm
monster.
a radical free thinker. A radical free thinker, a lot like Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Even though he did and said things that some might find a little questionable, objectionable.
Yeah. I mean, he went a little over the top with it when he was like, it's one thing to bring a corpse back to life. I think that's just science. But when you start screaming at the heavens and saying, like, I'm God, I'm a God now.
Well, now that's blasphemy, brother.
Yeah, now you've crossed a line.
Yeah. Science is fine. Blasphemy, no thanks.
That's one
Speaking
thing.
of which, this is a pre-code film.
Okay.
But it was censored on release. Up until, I think, the 1980s or so, they restored some of that stuff. That I'm God line, that was cut out originally.
Oh, was
Oh,
it?
wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that was considered a little too...
It's spicy.
Pretty,
Spicy
yeah, a little
for-
risque
Man.
for 1931.
yeah,
And then the little girl dying, that was cut out originally, right?
Yeah,
Is it-
and this is obviously one of the most famous movies ever made. It's
Yeah.
like the most iconic movie, horror movie maybe of all time.
If you're picturing Frankenstein, you're picturing Boris Karloff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's the prototypical and the iconic Frankenstein.
That scene where he throws the girl in the water. And she's like, you're hurting me, stop. Like, that
Yeah.
scene is kind of horrifying, but it's actually more horrifying if you see the cut without it.
Yeah.
Because you're not sure what he did to her. You just...
That-
he leaves, and then we see that she's dead, and it's like...
Man, that's a good point. Yeah, that evokes some pretty dark imagery. Yeah, it just goes to show that's like the Alfred Hitchcock cutting away from the actual knife blade can be a more impactful on the audience sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in this new cut, when like they start playing Stuck in the Middle with You, and he's got a razor blade, and he cuts her ear off, and you think you see the ear getting cut off,
Starts talking into it.
but no,
It's a real Mandela effect. The ear actually doesn't get cut. You don't see it.
you don't see him cut off her ear. But
yeah, she, she got in his way.
They were just having a game. They were just having a fun game, and he's a little bit of a gentle giant, a bit of a simple giant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great. Boris Karloff's performance in this is amazing. He's so watchable, and yeah, definitely every Frankenstein that came after is in conversation with this movie, where they're either influenced by the Boris Karloff thing or they're actively like working against the Boris
Your eye
Karloff
Frankensteining it.
thing. Yeah.
yeah.
We're doing a different thing now.
This isn't the first film adaptation of Frankenstein. There was one in 1910, which I also watched. That's on YouTube. It's a one reel movie. But
It's like an Edison studio.
yeah,
thing or
it tells
something,
even
right?
less of the story. And obviously, this is a very truncated version of the story that, the second film picks up and continues a lot of the stuff from the book, too.
Everything everyone knows about Frankenstein basically comes from the first two movies, Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, and a lot of people consider maybe Bride to be even the better film.
Yeah.
This one is so austere. It's such a tight little package. It's just a tight little number. You just want to slide in between those green cheeks and
Well,
just kind of have your way with that monster.
Tease the bolts around the neck a little.
I had forgotten just where the story leaves off in this one. Like, Frankenstein never talks in this. Like, he can talk in Bride of Frankenstein, I'm pretty sure, and he's relaying his story, and that's at the point where he's learned English and he's kind of he's thinking a little more. And
That's the one where he talks to the blind man who he makes friends with, and he's like, "Have a smoke." Oh, smoking. Good.
Yeah.
He's like smoking a cigar.
fire bad.
Friend, good.
Yeah, he's
like, man,
learning the fine things in life.
He's just like us, smoking with your friends. It's the best.
I'm gonna admit I haven't seen many Frankenstein movies. I've seen this one and I Frankenstein and like maybe some other one.
The essential ones.
Those are my, I haven't
You
seen
haven't seen
Bride
the
of Frankenstein.
Branagh one?
I don't think I've seen the Branagh. No, I haven't seen the Branagh one.
Oh, that was a big one for me.
I haven't seen the Mary Shelley. Was that that the Robert De Niro one?
Yeah.
No,
I
I haven't
saw
seen
that one
that
back
or the
in the day.
the Hammer ones. I really just
Whoa, you should definitely check out Bride of Frankenstein.
sure. It's an all-time
And the
classic.
Hammer ones are very fun too. They're more. I like how schemy the Frankenstein is in that, and he's just he is very focused on his science. The Frankenstein in this is compelled by his science, but he's also kind of got some morals. Whereas sometimes the Frankenstein in the Hammer horror movies, he's just like totally moralist, where he'll set people up to be like murdered, or push down staircase so he can use their body parts and that kind of thing.
Have you seen Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein?
I have, yeah.
Seen that one?
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Or which one did I? No, I think I watched the Meet the Wolfman or something.
Well, Wolfman's in that one, too.
Okay,
And so
okay.
is Bela Lugosi as Dracula. Lon Chaney Jr. is
Okay, I haven't seen
Wolfman
that
in
one.
that.
Yeah, a little comedy in the mix.
I can't remember if it was Karloff. No, I think it was a different guy who took over.
Okay, I know. Apparently, this makeup was like horrific to wear. They were some video was
Yeah,
saying
he only played him a few times.
like caked in lead and all sorts of
yeah.
chemicals.
He got the Tin Man asbestos lung treatment from it. No. I guess it just like it ripped off parts of his eyebrows that just like never grew back ever again. Stuff like that.
But he had a big say in the look and the feel of the creature.
And he's great. Yeah.
Yeah, he really
He conveys
personally
so
did
much.
a lot for that. And I think James Whale's direction is pretty fucking innovative. Even if you compare it to what the previous year's Dracula starring Bela Lugosi, it's like this movie is a technical step up. There's some pretty amazing shots in this.
Definitely a few things that stick out.
Yeah.
Have you seen it before?
Yeah. Lots
Yeah.
of times.
Lots. I've seen it just the once. Last year I watched it for the first time.
I've only recently started getting into the Universal monster movies and actually watching them after so many years, finally getting around to them. So I've watched a bunch of them just in the last few years, like the Draculas and the Wolfmans, Invisible Man and Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. That's what I watched, the Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein and all that stuff too.
This is like pretty much the best one, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think so.
Bride of Frankenstein's really good too.
Yeah.
Dracula, I like Dracula.
I like Invisible Man more.
Dracula, my problem with Dracula is all those movies are dull after the first act. Even Eggers is, well, that one was a little more, had a lot of life in its blood, but...
Yeah, the story's so familiar. I don't get too bored of it. I like the Eggers one, the Nosferatu, and
I like Herzog's Nosferatu, probably the best.
sexy vampire.
Come to me. Come to my castle. Stay the night. I
He's
don't
such
have
a
sheets.
charmer.
Look at my weird pubic hair.
Who could resist?
I have cum gutters.
God,
Cum gutters.
he's fit for an undead thing.
gutters.
I loved Eggers and Nosferatu.
No, I love it too. I need to watch it again, but
Yeah.
have you seen Herzog's? Man, there's a scene in it and it's just playing Wagner, I want to say. And there's just millions of rats, and there's like a bunch of people in the middle of the city, and it's a bunch of real rats running around, like rats filling every corner of the frame. There's like a camera slowly panning around, and you just see nothing but rats. It's one of the most fucking memorable and incredible sequences in any movie ever. It's
Nothing
so
but rats.
fucking cool. Yeah, so this movie actually starts with a trigger warning. This is a woke mind virus movie, and you know.
For any of you,
We're going in. We're taking our show on the road, and we're going to campuses, and we're going to say, "You guys are triggered. We can't talk about Frankenstein on campuses anymore. So you guys are too triggered by it."
I don't
too
give a
scary.
shit about your midterms. Debate me.
Yeah. I know.
Debate me, beta cuck.
Fuck your feelings. My
Liberal.
feelings
Yeah.
are a little tiny baby bird. You have to be very, very gentle and careful with them,
You know?
or I'll cry.
That's what I said. Is millennials the problem with millennials and Gen Z and Gen Alpha? They're afraid of Frankenstein and they're afraid of Wolfman.
Always saying it.
Yeah.
Always saying it. They can't handle
That's what the problem
Frankenstein.
is. Yeah, that's why they don't make so many Frankensteins anymore.
When we grew up, we drink water directly from the Frankenstein. And we all turned out fine.
You went up, you twisted one of the bolts on his neck. The water came out of wherever.
Maybe there's lead in it,
And it was
but who
fun.
cares?
And
We
it
were
was fun.
fine. We were
Yeah.
fine. We didn't come home till the streetlights came on and the children of the night were singing.
Yeah,
The streetlights were always flickering, though. There was that one weird guy living down the block doing his experiments.
yeah,
Yeah.
Drawing on the power, getting all the volts,
Causing
is-
brownouts.
It is. I thought it was actually a really pretty effective though. This little intro at like building
Yeah.
a bit of like spookiness beforehand, where it's
Our millennial comrades would probably notice that it was directly parodied in the first Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah.
Okay,
Simpsons Treehouse
yeah.
of
Some
Horror.
of these stories
or two.
are very scary. Yeah, they did it for at least a couple seasons.
Marge came out and did an intro like that where she warned people it was scary.
But this, this promotional technique, they used it for horror for forever. They do it in the trailers in the 80s, the 70s for their B movies. Like,
Yeah, they still do it now. It's
Yeah.
like people are shitting their pants and screaming and crying
Yeah.
at the new Ari Aster movie or
it's
whatever.
cool to see an early adaptation on film where it's like, what you're about to see may shock you.
yeah.
Yeah.
These events, just so you know, never transpired, but they could. And
I guess it is a little weird in the fact that it's like, hey man, you already got my money. I'm in the theater watching the movie. You don't have to hype it up already. It does work. You immediately get the Frankenstein, like the title credits right after, where Boris Karloff isn't credited. He's just got the question mark.
the monster is who?
And that combined with this like opening little monologue is enough to kind of get you like really curious right off the bat, and your eyes are immediately drawn to this question mark too. Like you might not otherwise pay two glances to the opening credits, but
I love how the producer's name is all over this too. The guy comes out and he's like, Mr. Carl Lamley would like you to know that this is
Yeah.
a film that might be frightening to some, and it's about reckoning with man stealing the power of God or whatever. And then it's like a Carl Lamley film produced by Carl Lamley Productions on the on the title card.
Assistant to the Carl Landry. Assistant
like
to the
Robert
assistant to
Rodriguez.
the Carl
Yeah,
Landry.
that based on Mrs. Percy B. Shelley's novel, which is funny. Nobody calls her Mrs. Percy
No.
Shelley anymore. That's
Yeah, just Mary.
yeah,
feels
we're
pretty old school.
Mary, if you please.
so it's not that woke of a movie.
I love in old movies, movies of this vintage in like the 30s. For some reason, they still put the title in quotation marks, so it kind of seems like it's sarcastically telling you.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's Frankenstein.
You want to watch Frankenstein?
Buckle up,
Here
it's
you
gone
go.
with the wind.
It's gonna be so scary. You might not be able to handle it. Carl Amell says
Carl Lamel says you're a pussy. You can't handle Frankenstein.
it's pretty.
Today we're watching Oh Boy.
One thing all these universal monsters kind of have in common, it seems like, is that a lot of them are like a scientist who is toying with forces he ought not to be tinkering with, like the Invisible Man, and he's a man should not be made invisible. Everyone knows that. It's in the Bible.
You got to see what they're up to. Men are shifty.
Yeah.
They're evil creatures.
Jekyll and Hyde. All
Horror
these
movies are
guys.
like that, though. They kind of follow trends or like pay attention like what people are scared of at the time. Like these days, it's things like climate change in the world. There's a lot of
Yeah.
world-ending disaster movies.
2012, Day
Oh,
After
yeah.
Tomorrow.
Well, genre films in general, their whole thing is to hold a mirror up to society. That's how they reflect it with science fiction, with fantasy, with horror.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff. It kind of takes what's in the zeitgeist and in our collective imaginations and regurgitates it in a different way.
Some might say that's what artists do.
Yeah, you might say. You might call it art. Two best buddies having a nice time, chopping it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Don't call me an artist.
We're reanimating a corpse here in the High and Low studio.
James Whale. He did Freaks as well, right? That was kind of his.
I thought that was Todd Browning.
Oh, that was Todd Browning. Yeah, that was the Dracula guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freaks was
Bird of a different feather.
Yeah.
Right, so the movie opens with a funeral. There's a bunch of mourners crying over a coffin while the priest is saying the last rites or whatever.
Yeah.
But hiding behind some wrought iron fence, really easy to see through, is Frankenstein.
Yeah. Being a peepee creeper.
Yeah, Frankenstein, Henry Frankenstein, not Victor Frankenstein as you'll hear in some other...
No, there's a few Frankensteins in this. Victor's the scientist.
Please, Victor's my father.
Yeah.
Victor's his best friend in this.
Oh, Victor's the best friend. Okay.
The guy who's just waiting in the wings to get with his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that's Henry?
And they're
isn't
all
it?
open about it.
No, that's Victor, yeah.
Oh, okay. Henry's the scientist?
Henry Frankenstein is a scientist.
Okay.
This movie does not
then-
have an Igor. It has a Fritz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Baron Frankenstein is the father. Who
I love
owns
that
the
guy.
mansion. And he's the best character in this. He reminds me of like Churchill or something.
He is. He's a real cut up.
That's who I want to be when I grow up.
Get out of my way, I say. and
I'll take a glass of I love my mother's old wine.
An old man walking
right
up
now.
some
Why
stairs.
don't you share some of this champagne with the servants? It's wasted on my guests.
Chop. Yeah. He's just this like stodgy old gentleman.
It's very good. You just start off talking slow and then you become...
Yeah. There is a few moments that are kind of funny in this, like almost comic relief. I don't know if it's intentional, but
Oh, well, there was some meddling from the studio that I'll get into a
Okay.
little bit in regards to that. Anyway, so Frankenstein and Fritz, they're sitting there just watching this funeral, and as these people are leaving, they pass a hanging man. He tells Fritz to climb up and cut the rope, and they take the body, and neck's broken, brain's useless. So then they're digging up this other grave. They're doing this stuff. You know what they do.
They're looking
Yeah.
for brains. They're looking for a viable brain. Because the guy who hung, his brain didn't work for some reason, but the other dead guy's brain was just fine.
dead too long, maybe not enough oxygen.
I don't think he really knows what he's doing that well.
No.
No, he's weighing it as he goes.
When
and
you really get into the science of it all you need is there's Tesla coils, they're crackling electricity.
For crying out loud, Smithers, this isn't rocket science, it's brain surgery.
There's a couple things that Frankenstein does really well in this that are the mad scientist thing. He's muttering to himself. He's just saying like, just inside is a life waiting to be born, and just saying things like that to nobody.
It's good that he wants to challenge God, and God who creates life. I want to create life. I have all the parts to create life. Yeah.
Relatable.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that just like the story of humanity? We're all just creating.
We're all just stitching parts of cats together. and
Yeah.
Wondering why they don't scream, even though we do.
Little scientists. Everybody's a little scientist.
You scream at them and you hear the screams echo back at you, but that cat's not screaming. It's just a bunch of pieces of cat.
When you scream into the void,
Why doesn't the cat scream sound like mine, Mummy?
have the cat stop screaming at Luke.
Anyway, I'm just trying to relate some personal experiences to this film.
Everybody appreciates movies on different levels, and you got to get right into the character.
It is what you bring to it.
Fritz and Dr. Frankenstein, they have such a weird relationship. I don't quite get it. Everybody misremembers Igor being like always the assistant of Dr. Frankenstein, but it's actually like Fritz in the first movie, and Bela Lugosi is Igor in the second movie.
That's right.
And
And Lugosi was originally supposed to be monster in this too.
Okay.
But he's like, I'm not getting under all that fucking makeup.
It's too much.
My beautiful face. People need to see
yeah.
I just want to stand in the corner and stare at people.
it. Yeah.
He can basically just play himself as Dracula. He's like, I'm a foreign guy with a Hungarian accent.
I think it's funny. He thought he was really handsome.
Yeah.
It's like even in his peak, he's like you look at any of the men in this movie, and they have old time Hollywood great looks. Like these are handsome motherfuckers.
Poor Bela Lugosi. He's had it hard enough, everybody.
You know what? Let's dance on his grave a little more.
He
no,
always
I got nothing against him.
Kind of had a rivalry with Boris Karloff, and I think it was a fairly one-sided rivalry where Karloff actually maintained a certain degree of success throughout his entire career until he died, basically. Whereas,
That's the benefit of doing the makeup, though, right? He can put the makeup on and become the character.
Yeah.
Bela Lugosi as Dracula. It always looked like Bela Lugosi as Dracula. Boris Karloff was actually able to go out and do some other roles because
that's true.
You know,
it was always a little sad because Bela Lugosi would sometimes get roped into doing Dracula.
sometimes he'd run into a Brooklyn vampire
Yeah.
or Brooklyn gorilla.
What are you doing in Brooklyn?
Yeah. Fuck, I forgot about that movie.
Man.
Previous episode, Bela Lugosi meets a Brooklyn gorilla.
High and low alum, Bela
Oh, yeah,
Lugosi.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
He's not in this
long
movie,
time
though,
ago.
so
No,
long sidebar on
he's
Bela.
in the Universal verse.
Well, he's very much a part of this movie's lore.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
yeah, him
He
and
was
Karloff.
always skulking around on the back lot.
Yeah.
Karloff took my role.
With the cloak up to his eyes. And
It's
just,
me. Remember me.
Yeah.
You would say. People would say, who? Who are you?
Remember me.
You
Robert
shit
Eggers.
those pubes.
Come to me.
Bella, I want you to do the voice lower and slower. What do you mean? Lower and slower.
How do you do that with your hands, Bella? You must be Hungarian.
Children of the night. What beautiful music they make. Now we see Goldstadt Medical College, and there's one Dr. Waldman. He's Frankenstein's mentor, basically. But Frankenstein's a fucking dropout, a college dropout. He's the Kanye West of 1800s Austria.
He's
hell
dropped
yeah.
out of a few colleges. They can't
Yeah.
handle his experiments. He's too radical.
Yeah.
He's too much of a scientist for them.
And it's all oblique references, like, so far. Nobody's like, he's trying to make a zombie man or anything. It's just like, he does some weird stuff. The colleges don't like it.
Well, yeah, people will make kind of sideways remarks. They'll be like, well, he's doing his experiments. Oh,
Oh,
his
oh.
experiments.
Well, he is a scientist.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine.
I guess
That
it's
means
fine.
one of two things. He's either fucking a flea or he's trying to bring dead things back to life.
Yeah.
There's,
Give it away,
that's
give it away, give it away now.
That's
Yeah.
the two.
There's a little guy running around with a bass in his castle.
I don't know. Anybody who sees him hanging around with Fritz, sweaty old Fritz, is going to think he's up to, the worst possible sleazy thing.
Yeah, some other types of buggery that hadn't even been invented yet. I think that's canon. That's right in Mrs. Percy Bysshe Shelley's
You're right.
book. Dr. Waldman, he's lecturing the students, and they're like laughing at shit. He's got like a bouncy skeleton on a rope there, and they're like, oh, isn't this amusing? He's got two brains. One's labeled criminal brain, abnormal, and the other one's normal, good person brain.
This is a bit that I feel like has popped up in so much stuff over the years. Just a normal brain, abnormal brain. I'm sure that's been in The
Well,
Simpsons or something.
The Simpsons
It's a-
did parody this
Okay.
with Mr. Burns, and they put Homer's brain, I think, in that stupid construction. Anyway, and Young Frankenstein did it too.
It's
Of course, yeah.
It's a
Which,
good
by the way,
example.
used sets from this movie. Used the actual sets from this movie. Used the
Yeah.
actual production designer from this movie who made all those coils and cool shit.
Not bad.
Mel Brooks is like had to get all the right people to do that and make it
Yeah.
look as authentic as possible.
Plays like a sequel to this.
Yeah, that's a beautifully shot movie.
But I like how both of the brains are labeled. It's a good example of how old movies really had to hold your hand and explain everything that's going on because audiences weren't
yeah.
quite so up on it. But like
I'm sure there was some audience members back then who still didn't believe in brains. They're like the heart.
I ain't seen one.
Soul's in the heart.
I guess that's what it looks like. Yeah, a lot of people, the first brain they probably saw was in a Frankenstein movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays we all dissect cats. So we know what brains look like.
All the time.
And where to find them.
Just don't check in Luke's cupboard, ladies and gentlemen. Hey!
Just don't eat my lunch in the brown paper bag.
Did you guys ever dissect anything in school?
I dissected an eyeball in biology. That was a lot harder than you would think it would be.
I can't remember if I dissected anything. I don't think so.
I dissected a Twinkie.
Ooh, I've done that. Lots.
No, we did the frog in high school.
Oh, the classic.
Okay.
That's the classic dissection.
Toad or frog.
Yeah,
whatever
or
it
a
was.
fetal pig. Isn't that a big one?
Yeah, some people did the pigs. I think I skipped school that day.
Yeah, who needs it?
I don't think I did a fetal pig.
I can still smell that formaldehyde.
But I didn't like it. I didn't like dissecting things, so...
Like, who likes it, though? I know I'm making lots of jokes about liking it.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Do you think they do, like, they make you dissect things as a way to code you for the rest of your life? Where it's like, enjoys dissecting. It all goes on your permanent record.
He's going
Enjoy
on the
dissecting
list.
frogs a little too much.
One time he picked up a dog from his hind legs and pushed it around like a vacuum cleaner.
Exactly.
That was when I was 6. It all goes on your record.
Those med students, if they want to be doctors, they're not going to be able to be laughing at skeletons.
Yeah. So Fritz, of course, he goes and sneaks in after class.
Yeah, he's skulking around, watching from the windows.
Yeah. I mean, Baldwin, the way he describes it, it all sounds kind of plausible. I don't know how dubious this science
Well,
is.
Mitchell is a
not.
resident phonetics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's
Phreneticist.
talking about
You can
observe
do
the
that.
scarcity of contusions on the frontal lobe. Degenerate characteristics, one whose life was of brutality and murder and violence.
Sorry,
So
phrenology.
clear.
Mitch is a resident phrenologist.
You could tell these brains were not real life accurate brains. These were stage props, but they just obviously grabbed 2 cow brains and sandpapered one up. A human brain would be much more grooved, covered in grooves to allow for faster thinking.
Very groovy, baby.
Yeah. Oh, behave.
I didn't know our brains were so hip, 60s inspired.
Now you know.
brain.
Groovy.
Brains.
We're combining too many movies.
It's a monster mash.
It is a true monster mash, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to do the thing that's so popular these days. What if you take this concept and apply it in this scenario? What if you take Robert Eggers' Dracula and put it in the 60s? I think it would sound a little something like this.
This is worse than the time I switched my brains up. And
Peter.
Fritz picks up the normal brain, hilariously drops the jar. It splatters on the floor. He just immediately grabs the criminal brain and runs out of there.
He's a good worker. He doesn't deserve what happened to him. Justice for Fritz.
It's good.
He's a dipshit.
Him and the doctor work well together because I think they both are just like they have different motives. Like I think Fritz maybe gets a little sexually gratified by playing with bodies and stuff, whereas the doctor is a man of science. Like, but their motives combine well to make them the perfect dynamic duo.
You picked up on Fritz's sexual proclivities?
Yeah.
I didn't read that.
Yeah, I could tell. He enjoyed cruelty, the way he was torturing the monster, and he was just a cruel, sweaty little sadist pervert man.
It's you know what?
And his deformed holes, they're perfect for Henry Frankenstein's
right.
deformed dick.
Yeah, they're like puzzle pieces. They fit together so well.
They're a match made in a crooked, deformed brick house, spire, tower thing they have.
There's like-
What is that place?
It's a watchtower, I think.
Okay.
Old
It's
watchtower.
like the Baron Frankenstein's place. You know, barons wherever they hang out.
It's like his third
Well, that wasn't
vacation
Baron's
home.
place.
Wasn't that his place?
I think they said it was an abandoned watchtower.
Okay, I thought that
he-
was like his old ancestral.
No, he's just squatting in there.
We're gonna have Zuckerberg. We're gonna have him over. He's gonna come to Baron's place. It's a lovely tower.
He's the best at the cyber.
I'm making Baron Frankenstein my new Minister of Science.
I like smart guy, big guy, big, tough, strong guy.
So now we see Elizabeth. We meet Elizabeth. This is Frankenstein's fiance. And she's got this letter from him, and she's very concerned. And she's hanging out with Victor. That's Frankenstein's fucking buddy. He's like, hey, a letter from your fiance. Totally not weird at all that we're just hanging out all the time and like hugging and kissing and saying we love each other.
Yeah, they're not too shy about it. He's pretty much like, I do have a soft spot for you, Elizabeth.
I'd go for a roll with you in the pantry any day.
I would ever so like to get more serious with you.
She reads out this letter from Henry, and she's like, get a load of what this idiot's saying. You must have faith in me, Elizabeth. Wait, my work must come first, even before you. At night, the winds howl in the mountains. There is no one here. Prying eyes can't peer into my secret. I am living in an abandoned watchtower. See?
Yeah, it's a watch.
Only my assistant is here to help me with my experiments.
That sounds like a bad
He is
breakup
cheating
letter.
on you, girl.
Don't worry. I'm doing fine. I got my own place. It's great. I even have a roommate, a really great roommate who helps clean up.
Yeah, it's just me and my one buddy here. Wink, wink. We're fine. Don't worry about us. No prying eyes can see.
It's a little weird, but
Girl, leave his ass.
look, she knew what she was getting into when she married that man of science. He's always going to be married to his work above.
Well, this Victor's a real
marriage.
snack. Henry Frankenstein, he's pretty cute, but this Victor, he's the catch.
Yeah, he's the cutest boy in the film.
He has a better room, too. Cooler posters, less electricity flying out of every which corner.
Yeah.
It should be said there's probably the more Hollywood typical ending for this would be that she ends up with him, but this movie actually has a pretty kind of dark ending.
No, the movie has a happy ending.
Well, does it?
We'll get to it. We'll get it.
It should have a dark ending.
You must have faith in me, Elizabeth.
So, yeah, Victor Moritz, he says he saw Henry 3 weeks ago, asked if he could check out his lab, and he just glared at me. Said he'd let no one go there. Okay.
Don't go there.
No one must go there. Okay. I know. We've all heard it before from our friends.
No, this is all normal stuff, though.
Yeah.
For that day and age.
So Victor says that he'll go check it out with Dr. Waldman. And he's like, maybe we should go and check it out. And by the way, I love you, Elizabeth. And she's like, okay, well, I'll come with you.
What was that last thing you said? Oh, nothing. Never mind.
So they talk to Waldman, and he says he's aware Herr Frankenstein has greatly changed in his insane ambition to create life. Victor's like, what's he doing? Experimenting on the bodies of animals? What are the lives of a few rabbits and dogs? And
By the way, has anybody seen my brain that I lost from my laboratory the other day?
the Frankensteins, they're eating cats and dogs.
They're coming into our schools. They're stealing our brains.
Out of control.
Frankenstein is not a true patriot.
The Frankenstein.
He's not the right type of person. We're gonna go say hello.
Waldman insists that he's like, no, he's actually working on human cadavers, and maybe I'll come with you guys and we go check this kook out, hey?
Like, what else are you gonna do?
We got to tell him to cut it out.
Dave Coulier ought to know. Victor Frankenstein ought to know.
So now we get to the laboratory. It's a dark and stormy night. Fritz is fixing up the electrodes. Oh, the electrical secrets of heaven. This time we're ready. The brain you stole, Fritz.
Great energy.
Yeah.
Frankenstein's got great energy throughout. He's just
yeah.
always just high on whatever he's got going on.
He's acting the
good.
shit out of this scene. I mean, there's a reason why it's like one of the most iconic scenes in movies.
He's the prototypical mad scientist, just like, every Frankenstein movie is based on this one. Every mad scientist is kind of informed by him, I think.
At least a little bit. Maybe as a level you don't want to go to. It's like, I don't want to go full
Yeah.
Hank Frankenstein. I don't want to go full Hank Frank.
Hankenstein.
Man, he's got a
Frankenstein.
great thing where
Hi,
he's
I'm
like,
Hankenstein.
he's continually insisting that he's sane, which is something that sane people don't have to do that often. So that's a great little character quirk. I'm astonishingly sane.
Mind if I mow your lawn?
Dang it, Fritz. You got me the wrong brain.
I sell Tesla coils and Tesla coil accessories.
Now that's clean electricity.
Whoa!
Get that electricity out of my urethra.
So we get some boom, 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 boom. Knocks on the door. Henry's urging Fritz. He's like, tell these interlopers to leave.
I'm right in the middle of my experiments, Fritz.
Get rid of them. Get rid of them.
But Henry hears Elizabeth crying outside. He's like, oh, okay, fine. Let them in.
Oh, shit.
And Waldman comes in. He's like, Henry, you're crazy. Crazy, am I? We'll see whether I'm crazy or not. Come on up.
I'll show you how
Yeah.
crazy I can be.
Never has a man looked more crazy than when he is insisting not to be crazy here. The camera, he just has like his eyes sticking out in the dark, and he looks all like baggy-eyed and crazy.
So
He's been
obviously,
up for
whenever
days.
somebody tells you, I'll show you how crazy I am, or I'll show you that I'm not crazy, they're about to show you the most unhinged
shit.
shit you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, you are crazy. That did not prove the point you thought it was going to prove, mister.
You don't usually have to work so hard
No.
to prove that you're sane.
Come to my lab and see my cadaver.
So we learned that Waldman, he's like, well, remember you taught me about the visible light spectrum and then ultraviolet? Elementary school science from Waldman.
Yeah.
And he's like, what if something goes beyond it? The great ray that brought life into the world.
There is nothing beyond the ultraviolet light.
He's a typical, like, I know better than you do. I'm going to do my own experiments.
Yeah.
Waldman's like, you really think you can bring life to the dead? And he says, that body is not dead. I created it from the graves and the gallows.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Waldman's intrigued a little bit by this.
he is getting a little bit stiff on this one. He's starting to like it.
Quarter mast, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Well, Frankenstein's being pretty sweaty and manic here. He forces everyone to sit in chairs, and he's like just lecturing at them. And I don't know. It's an uncomfortable scene. It's a man.
Yeah,
it's a
he's-
bad happening, man.
He's mansplaining.
Yeah, he's mansplaining this corpse that he's stitched together.
Well, I think that it's actually explaining. If you're showing somebody like a new novel thing that you just created and you're bringing a corpse.
Okay.
Let me
He's
mansplain the difference
mansplaining.
between explaining and mansplaining.
Has anybody explored the toxic masculinity of Dr. Henry Frankenstein yet?
He's out of control, man. Yeah, Elizabeth is pretty much just a damsel in distress. She's basically the only female character in this movie.
Yeah.
And
This isn't a feminist movie like our next one is. No,
she's the same as the Dracula.
She's never really
Nina.
in distress. She's just around.
Yeah,
She
until the
has
very end.
no bearing on the plot, pretty much.
Yeah. Other than there's this thing waiting for Frankenstein that if he wasn't such an obsessed weirdo, he's got a normal, pretty good thing going on over
He's
there.
got a rich dad and a hot girlfriend who, for some reason, is waiting for him while he's shacked up with
Fritz.
with
sweaty
Fritz over there and a bunch of body parts.
The old hunchback.
nobody with a rich dad could be evil. Right? No one who speaks
way.
German could be evil either, for that matter.
That's right.
I kind of like that Frankenstein fellow. I could sit down and have a Bordeaux with him.
He's a man of learning.
They crank the monster's bed up. Everybody knows. You could picture it in your mind's eye, even if you haven't seen this movie. You know exactly what this looks like. It's a roaring thunderstorm. They crank the bed up. The body's underneath blankets, and
All sorts of electricity
Yeah.
arcing every which way.
yeah, it looks really cool. Even still today, the whole lab setup is great.
Yeah, right up there with the Godzilla for scientist labs, I think, and experiments.
I like the Godzilla lab a little bit more. It's got more bubbling going on. This is
Yeah.
more of an electric
lot
type
of bubbling,
lab. I
yeah.
like
True.
I like to have some liquids, some
Some
wetness going on in my
steam,
labs.
Some
Yeah.
bubbling, that would have been good. That
Yeah,
was
this is
missing.
a dry lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have water around electricity experiments.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. And until the very end, until you're actually doing them, then you got to open it all up.
And it was all about galvanization. That was I think what inspired Shelley to. That was the hot trend back then. Was scientists had discovered galvanization and they were able to make dead frogs twitch with electricity. So,
Yeah, like if you hook up a battery to a frog leg, it kind of dances around like the WB frog.
Try it, folks at home.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Here's a fun little experiment you can try for
I
yourself.
found they only started singing to me when I hooked the battery up to my brain. They said I was crazy, flying my kite at night. Well, I showed them who's crazy. So they lower the thing down, the storm's kind of passing, and look, it's moving. It's alive. It's alive.
It's one of the most famous lines in
Yeah.
movie history, probably.
I've done it. I am God.
I can't remember, but it might even be in our theme song. If not, it was definitely something that I listened to when I was
Oh,
putting it
yeah.
together. Everybody knows where it comes from. It's a classic
Yeah.
horror movie trope that everybody knows and appreciates.
Oh, sorry. You did say you hadn't seen this before, right?
I've seen this before. I just
Oh,
haven't
okay.
seen many other Frankenstein
Oh, okay.
movies. I've seen
You're
Your
a
Eye
purist.
Frankenstein.
No virgins here.
no.
I haven't seen Young Frankenstein. I haven't seen Any of the Frankensteins.
You haven't seen Young Frankenstein?
I know. Yeah, no.
Such a formative movie for me.
For some reason, I just Frankenstein is just a big blind spot in my.
Well.
Oh, you got to watch Young Frankenstein with your family.
Well,
this
I love
October.
Mel Brooks. I mean, it's like,
his best one.
It's one of the only ones I haven't seen.
It's his best one, for
Genie
sure.
Wilder. Yeah, I watched it. I watched that when I was going through my Universal kick over the last couple of years. Even though I'm not sure if it's Universal, but
I think he was. Yeah, I think he. Anyway, it was
would-
Universal.
it would make sense if he had access to all
worked
the
on the
sets
Universal
and
lot.
all that stuff, the props.
Now we go right to Baron Frankenstein, Henry's father. He's huffing. He's like, my son, he's not very good. He's not very good at all. He doesn't mind telling Elizabeth and Victor what he thinks of his son and his stupid experiments, frankly.
Why would he be living in a perfectly bad tower? Would he be living with a very beautiful wife?
Yeah.
Bunch of copper.
He also really whistles his S's. He's like, my son is not some sort of madman. Yeah.
Well, perhaps he's a bit mad.
He's got the biggest S whistle I've ever heard.
His great-grandmother was mad in her own way.
Yeah.
Victor could have had it all.
So the Burgmeister, I guess that's like the mayor.
Yeah, he's
basically.
the Burgermeister, which I
Mr.
think
Town. I think that translates directly from German to Mr. Town.
He's Mr. Yeah, he's
Hey,
the
we-
Mr. of the town.
We have a good handful of listeners in Germany. Why don't you tell us what that directly translates to?
Yeah.
I think like
He's Mayor McCheese.
Burgermeister to me is like what you would call like a hippie or like a cool guy who goes to the burger shop a lot. Like, hey, I'm the Burgermeister.
Ronald McDonald hangs out with the Burgermeister and the Hamburglar.
No, but Mayor
Mayor
shouldn't
McCheese
Mayor McCheese be the Burgermeister?
is
Yeah,
Mayor
well,
McCheese the Burgermeister.
got
He's the
a
mayor
burger
of
head
McDonald
the
Land.
His head is made of hamburger. He's the Burgermeister.
I mean, anybody who's made of hamburgers got my vote.
Yeah, actually, that makes sense. And he's the only one there who isn't interested in the rule of law.
And he's got cheese.
So Grimace has been litigated enough. Nobody knows who or what he is. But how come those little chicken nugget pop-pop things are like weird and fuzzy? They look like coronavirus.
Yeah, those guys. Well, I kind of thought Grimace was a nugget.
Well, they're made of bats. That's why.
Oh, okay.
The McNuggets are.
Are they Dracula's? Oh, bat meat.
Yeah.
Bat meat's good. You just got to grind it down real good,
Yeah.
tight.
I'm bad
Diet
meat.
pink.
Mince it up nice and fine.
Make slurry. That's how I like my meat in a slurry
Yeah.
form.
And that's how you gain a strong, healthy immunity to the coronavirus. So
Papa Bear-
Burgermeister comes in. He's got flowers for the bride-to-be. He's all excited for this, what's surely to be the wedding of the year. It's going to be a big party because it's these aristocrats getting married. And Baron von Frankenstein's got no problem telling this guy where to fucking go. He's basically like, would you please just go ahead and hit the bricks, please? And then like he's like, okay, well, fine. If that's the way you want to be, then I will leave now. And he's like, well, good riddance to you.
Off you get, Burgermeister. Yeah,
Off you fucking go. Hit the bricks.
He always speaks his mind, Baron Frankenstein.
If you don't leave my property, then I'm perfectly in my right to raise the hounds.
Open this door at once. I shan't have a door closed in my presence. He's like that. He's the man of the house, the patriarch.
He's my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah.
So Baron, he's like, okay, I got to bring Henry home. That's enough of this craziness. He's got this hot-ass wife. So Waldman tells Frankenstein that the brain was a criminal brain, you know. Only evil can come from this thing. And Frankenstein's like, whatever.
Yeah.
And as they're debating, the monster comes up the stairs. He enters. This is where we finally get the reveal of the monster, and it's just another iconic shot. He enters the room backward as he's slowly walking up the stairs, and
You
like
don't
the
know how to
dread is
walk.
building.
So good.
And like the photography is so moody and dark. Like you could just put this movie on in the background. That's how I've always seen it. Is like in October, it's on TV or whatever.
It's the type
You
of
can
movie they'll
have it.
play on mute in a bar.
Yeah, and it's the perfect thing for it.
One
Great lighting.
really interesting thing about this movie, it's that in that kind of early, talky period where there's not a lot of score going on in the background. There's a lot of, it sounds very stagey. Like you can hear footsteps on the sets and stuff like that, and it's kind of adds to the spooky ambiance.
Well, they didn't
It's a
have
little
Foley
eerie.
work, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some sparse strings and stuff in this section, I think, but yeah, it's a very austere and sparse kind of movie, and I really like that about it.
It's a great intro. Karloff, he does amazing physical work, the way he
fantastic
lurches
scene.
and sways, and at one point when he's being prompted to walk, he like his head goes first, and then his like legs kind of like stumble and keep up behind him. Just a lot of great choices that.
He's a corpse just doing all this stuff for the first time, and he's a little bit like a baby. There's something empathetic when you're watching him where you're like, oh, and you know, they show him the sunlight for the first time, and he steps into the sun. And
this whole
just
scene
like,
is still bone chilling, if you ask me. And
it's
like when he first turns around and you get that close up on his face,
see the monster,
and you see his drooping eyelids, and you know
they do some like
he's doing
cool
the Kubrick
cuts.
stare, basically, and and then that's when they reveal the light to him, and he's holding his hands up to the light.
Just bathing in it. And then they shut it on him.
Here we get a little glimpse of some of Fritz's true colors, though. He comes up with a torch, and Frankenstein's like, no, he's afraid of the fire. And then, like, for the rest of the scene, all Fritz is doing is just chasing the monster around and cornering him and, like, kind of...
Yeah, that's, like, his job for the rest of the movie.
Fritz is a dick. Well,
Frankenstein will be like, must you continue to torment him? Please leave him alone, Fritz.
Well, it doesn't last much longer.
Fritz is a dick, and he had it coming.
The monster freaks out with the torch because Fritz is bothering him, so they chain him up in the cellar. Fritz is whipping the hell out of him, tormenting him, you know, doing all the good stuff. And that's when the doctor's like, la, 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 doing his notes. And then he hears Fritz's horrible screams coming from down in the cellar.
What's that racket?
He finds him hung up with that very same whip.
He tortured the poor creature.
This monster, Frankenstein, has base cunning.
Yeah.
You can't trust him alone with you. He will get the better of you.
Again, great Karloff performance while he's being terrorized by Fritz. Just whimpering and whining in the corner. Yeah.
Just screaming and moaning.
You feel bad for this pathetic wretch.
So Waldman says, he's like, we must murder the monster. I will get a hypodermic needle. And this big struggle ensues between the monster and Dr. Frankenstein. And Waldman plunges the needle into his back, and the monster collapses.
Gets him good.
They keep him sedated, and they keep doing this while Frankenstein
they gave him
is
the
doing his
jab.
experiments. They gave him the jab. Now he's all laid up. He's
vexed.
got myocarditis. He's laid up pretty bad.
perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
even a strong young man like that just taken down by the jab.
Pretty bad case of myocarditis.
So Victor shows up just ahead of Elizabeth and Baron, and he's like, oh, hey, your fiance and your dad are coming. Bro, do you need any help moving a body? It's like, he is a good bro like that, so he comes in, he helps them out.
He's a ride or die type of homie.
Yeah, good homie behavior.
This is the scene that reminded me of like a comedy. Just them trying to move this body around. All of a sudden, the unexpected guests are showing up. Elizabeth and Baron Frankenstein again knocking at the door.
Straight out of Three's Company.
Yeah, it's great.
Something like that.
Jack Tripper is gonna fall down the stairs or whatever.
So Waldman, he greets the Baron, and perhaps you know what all this Tommy rot's about, eh? All these stairs. I don't know how the deuce I'm going to get up them. No banisters. And yeah. I've never heard somebody say how the deuce outside of Stewie from Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, me neither. And I've said it, but totally just as a Stewie reference or impression.
Maybe. Yeah.
And deuce means shit, right?
What the deuce?
So he's
That's
like,
what I always thought.
Yeah, he's like, how the shit am I getting up these stairs? I don't know. Maybe it means something different for them, but for me, it was always, I'm gonna go take a deuce.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
Number two.
I don't know if they even shit in Victorian
Good
times.
point. They probably just ate.
Not indoors, anyways.
They're eating too much shredded wheat. It's all blocked up in there.
Pour my boiling hot water over top of my oat bran. It brought me a week.
Turned it into flavorful mush for my gums.
So they get upstairs. Baron's there to see his son, and he finds Henry laid out on the floor. Oh, I see my son's doing just fine here. Where is he on the floor? So they tell him they're taking him home. Waldman's like, I will preserve your lab notes, and I assure you, I will painlessly destroy this subject. So, of course, next thing we see is the monster waking up and strangling Waldman and fucking fleeing.
They keep having to up the dosage on to keep him sedated, and they just can't get the number right. And wouldn't you know it?
He didn't deserve it as much as Fritz, but,
No, but
he still was involved in this.
he should have killed that thing quicker.
Yeah, Waldman was planning to kill it, so you know.
Put it.
You
out of
say,
its misery.
oh, I'm planning to kill it. You should... I don't know why it wasn't restrained better.
Yeah, there's
Or
a lot
at
of
all.
problems here. Mad doctor's underrated. I'd take a mad doctor. They've got some experimental surgeries they can try. They think outside the box. They'll try all kinds of weird things.
They've got the passion, and that goes a long way.
Yeah. Alternative medicine.
And they listen.
Yeah. They truly listen.
Good bedside manner if you're awake at the time whenever they're working on you. Lots of times they do it while you're sleeping or passed out.
I want to see more women in the mad doctor field.
Yeah, that's true.
At the risk of sounding like the wokest person but like you get a lot of sexism in the medical field, and I feel like we could use a few more women mad doctors.
Mad doctors work on, if I'm a woman, I would want a woman mad doctor working on doing experiments on me.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of a freak it becomes a mad gynecologist? Why are there so many male mad gynecologists?
I know, it's too much. And then, nobody's writing about that.
Yeah.
It's like money.
It's underreported.
I know mad doctors is a male-dominated field, but we could do something about
Gotta bump
that.
those. So earlier when everybody was coming out of the class, I counted at least half a dozen women, so that's not great, but hopefully at least one of them goes into mad science.
I hope so. More women in mad STEM.
What kind of experiments would they do? Making a hunky boy to be their boyfriend?
They would do all the same experiments that men would do, but they'd have a different lens.
Okay, fair enough.
And hopefully they wouldn't discriminate women's experiences.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And say, when a woman comes and she's experiencing pain, and male mad doctors write it off.
Yeah.
And then you get a female mad doctor who knows how to practice mad medicine on a mad woman. She knows.
This woman
we don't
hysterical.
need to give her an emergency hysterectomy. We need to sew another head onto her elbow.
Exactly.
Like, these are the kinds of holistic, forward-thinking solutions we need in mad medicine today.
The solution...
Okay, sorry. I'll get off my soapbox.
No. I'm going to put another soapbox on top of yours and climb up there.
Wow. That's dangerous when you go that high.
Easy. I'm a professional. I do this for a living. The thing, a mad male doctor, they'll just jump to the one or two conclusions that maybe they want to be the outcome. Maybe it's a way down. That's why you got to get more mad women scientists.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Frankenstein's monster never would have had a criminally abnormal brain if a woman put that thing together. She would have made sure it was the right brain.
No, totally.
Men always be walking around like this, doing science, and women do the other one.
Men scientists don't have eye for detail.
They can't multitask.
Our arguments quickly devolved into grunts and...
Science.
So Frankenstein's back home. He lights up a heater. He's fucking smoking in this beautiful garden. He's with Elizabeth, and they're like, wow, I can't believe you just did all that crazy shit. And he's like, yeah, you know what, Elizabeth, that was pretty fucking crazy, wasn't it? Did I kind of go crazy and go like a mad doctor for a while there? She's like, yeah, I guess we should get on with the wedding, right?
Yeah.
I think I'll be normal again now.
Looking around, seeing my hot wife, my hot bride-to-be, and
From now on.
I was alone here with Fritz for quite some time.
on my wonderful rolling estate that I'll inherit. Just due to sheer luck and circumstance, maybe I'll take a step back from the mad scientist gig for a while.
I couldn't have thought of that before you reanimated the corpse.
No more undead monsters, Elizabeth. It's just you and me and children.
This was quite a horrific experiment.
Don't worry,
Actually,
In retrospect.
looking
Fritz is dead. We don't need to worry about Fritz anymore,
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
Come between us.
he'll never tell.
I'm pretty handy with a shovel. I could get him to come between us if that's something you're into. Only if that's something you're into, Elizabeth.
Oh, that's the mad scientist slipping out again. I'm sorry.
Gonna keep him crammed down tight. Not gonna let the mad scientist urges come out of the bottle.
Normal Henry. Call me Normal Henry. Astonishingly sane Henry.
Astonishingly sane and astonishingly attracted to my hot wife. Not at all mourning my friend Fritz.
So wedding bells, they get married, and You know, they're having a little small family moment, just them and the, immediate family and the 8 maids or whatever. And he's like, here's to the jolly good health of the young Frankenstein, and give the servant some champagne, and this stuff's wasted on them. Mop it up, mop it up, mop it up. This guy's just like a party.
He knows how
And he is throwing a party for the whole fucking village. They open up the doors and windows, and everybody's outside fucking cheering and drinking.
Dancing. Everybody's
Yeah.
wearing their like German outfits, their lederhosen and all that.
Yeah, it's like a McIsaac family reunion.
All you pimps and hoes know who throws it down the hardest.
It's me, the Baron.
Fill my crunk cup.
I started this gangster shit, and this is the motherfucking things I get.
He does use that cane well. He's got a pimp cane. He's banging on doors with it. He's directing the party.
So now we get one of the other most famous and most chilling scenes in the movie. The monster, he comes upon this homestead where a father tells Maria that he's going to go check his traps, and then we'll go to the village and have a grand time, huh?
Whatever you're doing while I'm gone, don't play with any Frankensteins.
No.
Should a Frankenstein come into your yard,
You be good. You play safe. Play with the kitty cat,
Daddy.
not any Frankensteins.
Don't hang out with any Frankensteins or podcasters. Maria.
So the monster comes out of the bushes, and he's like, oh, a good little girl. And, he's baby-like. He's innocent. He's not trying to hurt her.
Yeah.
He's got the mind of a
cat's-
child.
The cat is freaked out. Of course, animals would be. They know a fucking corpse
This guy
when they see
smells
one.
like death. He smells like a graveyard.
The cat runs away, but Maria invites him to play. And, they're playing this game and where she's throwing these flowers into the water,
They're
and
having
they float.
fun. They're laughing their asses off at it.
And listeners, if you haven't seen this movie or if you don't know what we're talking about, do check out this scene on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's chilling. It's bone chilling.
Yeah, because he's playing, he's smiling,
So
and she's
innocent.
talking to him, and it's all very innocent. And then when he runs out of flowers, he doesn't know what to do. He picks her up, and she's like, oh, stop. No, you're hurting me. And he throws her in the water. And this little bitch, she doesn't float.
No.
No, she sinks.
Presumably she can't swim.
Yeah,
Because
sinks
we
like a
don't see
stone.
that's the last we see of her.
Yeah, that's pretty much how that scene ends.
Water couldn't have been that deep, but
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
Frankenstein.
2 feet from shore. Like, you can't paddle.
It's not his. Well, I mean, it is his fault, but he didn't know any better.
And he just, as soon as he realized that she was scared and stuff, he just runs away. He freaks out, he
Yeah.
panics, and...
It looks like he wants to go get help, but you can't tell because he can't talk.
yeah, he doesn't know what help is.
Just make vocalizations like a helpless baby.
So now things
It's a very
go,
sad and upsetting scene.
they go downhill for Mr. Monster Frankenstein here.
Real quick.
Yeah. People
I like
that-
calling the monster Frankenstein, by the way.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't brought it up to be explaining or even making jokes about
It's true.
I think
somehow avoided it.
interchangeably. It's fun.
I think we've settled it that everybody knows that the doctor is the Frankenstein, but also
Yeah.
the monster's the Frankenstein, and nobody really cares.
I've seen. I remember a while back seeing one of those Galaxy Brain memes, and it's like the monster or Frankenstein is the monster,
Yeah,
and that's like the
Frankenstein is
dumbest
the
one, and
doctor.
then it's like Frankenstein is the doctor is like the smarter one, and then the Galaxy Brain one is Frankenstein is the monster.
Yeah.
Dr. Frankenstein is the monster. It's true.
Figured it all out. Yeah.
But then you could take that even a step further and just say Frankenstein, good name for monster.
Yeah. It always worked for me because the monster's kind of his baby. And so, it's like, but it's took his family name.
So we're doing this?
Yeah.
We're going to do this? Okay. So Frankenstein is the surname, and when he has to register the monster to get to be able to buy a gun or whatever,
Yeah. You gotta
he's
give
gonna
him
write down.
Good.
Yeah.
He's gonna write Frankenstein as the surname.
Makes sense to me.
I don't know why
Second
people.
Amendment.
I created this life. I created it. I am God.
Me think Second Amendment. Good. Small price to pay. School shootings.
Maria, small price to pay.
Many must die for this corpse to walk.
Oh, good God.
Man, I never knew Frankenstein monster was a real constitutionalist Second Amendment nut.
Figures. They
Pry guns from cold dead hands.
Well-armed militia.
I mean, you saw what Brainy got.
I rest my case.
So this is all just too ironic. It's like rain on your wedding day. Except it's worse. It's a monster on your wedding day. One that you created.
Imagine.
So Elizabeth tells Henry she's afraid. She has this bad feeling that and Dr. Vollman hasn't arrived. And it's like, well, Vollman said he was just going to kill that creature and then come straight here. And
Nothing to worry about.
so Victor then arrives with the news that the monster killed Vollman and has been spotted terrorizing the mountainside. And that's when they hear his groans outside. And they're like, oh, shit.
I love that, terrorizing the mountainside.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds badass.
He's been throwing girls into ponds and plucking flowers, doing all kinds of nasty things.
He's been alive for like less than a week, and he's already killed 3 people.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I think
good
the
numbers.
townspeople are perfectly within their rights to round this guy up and, and burn him
Can you
in a
imagine?
windmill at the end.
He's an abomination.
He is a baby or a toddler, but in the body of Boris Karloff. That could do a lot of damage. Imagine if your baby.
It's
was
our latest,
that
greatest weapon.
It's a baby with Boris Karloff body.
We're putting my criminal brain into a baby's body, but the baby is 6'4".
He's gonna live forever.
Little baby Boris Karloff. Big, strong guy. Mind of a child.
They're like, oh my God, the monster's here. So they all go break up and search for him, and they leave Elizabeth alone. She's like, I'm scared. Don't leave me alone. And they all just like ditch her. It's like
The bride.
maybe she should have come with a group of the men. I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
She is the bride, and it's her wedding day, and she's scared, and there's a monster on the loose.
She has this insane bridal veil on that like stretches off of her into like the next room and stuff. If she was in the search party, it would just people be tripping all over that thing.
Oh, with the amount of torches in that search party and then lynch mob, she would be a pile of cinders by the end of this movie.
Imagine you catch the bride's veil on fire. It would be a disaster. She's got to go to her room and rest for the wedding.
For the wedding night.
Darling, go to your room.
Now, if you've seen the Kenneth Branagh Frankenstein, his bride gets turned into a crispy critter in that, I think. No, in that one, Frankenstein, and this scene really disturbed me as a kid. Frankenstein comes on their wedding day, the monster, Robert De Niro, and he rips out Helena Bonham Carter's heart.
Whoa.
And it's fucking scary.
Badass.
That movie is so, dark. It's so fucking relentlessly bleak and dark.
He is
And
a
that's when
monster.
Frankenstein brings her back to life, and she, is horrified with her appearance, and then she burns herself.
Okay.
She, throws herself into the fucking furnace. And,
I'm a monster.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Maybe I'll rent it this spooky season.
I
That
wanna
movie's
watch
a
it.
real fucking downer. Watch Bride of Frankenstein instead.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He comes in through Elizabeth's window, and we don't know what's happening. We just hear her screaming, and they're like, "Oh, back upstairs to Elizabeth. The monster's up there." And he fucking dips back out the window, and they find her. She's passed out on the bed in shock. We don't know what he did to her.
She
What
fainted,
are your
yeah.
theories?
I think she became hysterical and fell down, as women do.
I think she just saw the monster and became hysterical.
Yeah, women are like those fainting goats. You know, those goats where if you startle them, they become lightheaded and fall
Taylor
over.
Swift.
Now things are getting really heated. Maria's father, we see him carrying her little body through the streets, and then the happy wedding party turns into an angry mob. Everybody puts down their beers and their fucking fun things, and they immediately pick up torches and fucking pitchforks and stuff.
It's mob time.
They were so ready to turn into an angry mob.
People stopped playing 80s pop and they started putting on Nickelback or just kind of that aggro rock.
Yeah, the vibe shift changed. Yeah, nothing more aggro than never
Nickelback.
made it as a wise man.
Well, it's a midnight dead right, gonna get a fist fight.
I don't like that kind of rough music.
So Maria's father, he goes to the burgermaster and he's like, wait, what's going on here? I'm Mayor McCheese. And they're like, well, Mayor McCheese, look at this girl. She's been ground into ketchup. And he's like, well, put her on me. But also, we must see justice done. You know, the angry mob's like, yeah, we will get
As
him.
you do.
And now Henry leaves. Everyone's mobbing like a motherfucker. Henry leaves Elizabeth in Victor's care, and he's like, now, Victor, don't you fondle my wife.
Now make sure you comfort her.
I'm going
Hold her
to-
tight.
Yeah.
She'll be quite startled after the scare she's had. Crawl into the bed with her, Victor.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going hunting for the monster.
You be Big Spoon now, Victor.
Hold her tight and never let her go.
I'm definitely not going to die in my search for the beast. So he's going out. He's taking personal responsibility. He's going to search for that beast.
As he should.
Yeah.
So he consults with Maria's father, who I think is Hans, if it matters, Henry, and the burgomaster. And they're like, well, let's split everybody into 3 groups. One of you goes to we're going to search every ravine, every crevice, light your torches and go.
Search every doghouse, farmhouse, whorehouse.
Basically, it's what he says.
Pancake
Doghouse,
house.
hen house, doghouse, whorehouse. It should have been Tommy Lee Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a Frankenstein. 10-hour head start. He could be within a 5-mile radius at this point.
He's terrorizing the countryside. He's in the hills.
Just a grizzled, no-nonsense guy who's hunted many Frankensteins, and he'll hunt many more.
He's hunted Frankensteins, vampires,
Get you the head,
werewolf.
the tail, the whole. Get you the whole thing.
The whole damn thing.
I'll get you the shoes, the neck bolts.
The weird hairline.
Henry leads the party through the mountains. I like the surreal look of these sets. You could tell they're matte paintings. But they look like Star Trek, the original series sets, where people are like climbing on these fake rocks and shit. It still looks cool and moody, but
Yeah.
it's very studio-y here.
Does look setish.
Very setish.
Very, I don't know.
A little janky.
A little, it's a very gothic horror, this scene, with all the villagers descending on this tower. And
So Frankenstein, he gets separated from the mob. He's attacked by the monster in these hills. The monster carries his unconscious ass to a windmill. He picks him up like a delicate little bride-to-be, and he crosses the threshold to the windmill. And then he comes to, they have another showdown at the top of this windmill until the monster tosses this dummy off the roof, and it lands on the fucking windmill blade, and we see it go boof. And it, like, the fall is broken by the windmill blade, and then it smacks on the ground.
Has there been much dummy work before this point?
I feel like there must not have been, but
I feel like not. I've watched a lot of like Harold Lloyd and Buster Keaton movies that predate this, where they're doing incredible stunts, and it's just Buster Keaton
yeah.
throwing himself off a windmill and like
he's like a dummy would be far too
jauntily
expensive.
walking on that windmill blade.
Like the people who have the train coming towards them, seeing a dummy thrown off a rooftop or off a balcony and land on a windmill must have been a revelation.
Shocking.
In the theaters. People,
Yeah, like watching
I guess,
they
but
thought that's
like
a
I said,
smut film or
if you've
a
seen
snuff
like
film.
when Charlie
if you've
Kirk-
seen Buster Keaton's The General, I mean, he does stunts that are a lot more impressive than this,
Oh yeah,
and he does them for real.
but he doesn't just smack lifelessly on the ground.
He doesn't smack life.
That's what I like to watch.
It's a smack. It's a
No,
smack.
he lands on his feet like a cat. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's good. He's talented.
Yeah. So now the villagers set the mill ablaze. So as it's being set alight, we see it burning down, and it's really striking visually. We see the monster. He's
super
getting
cool.
crushed under a beam, and he's screaming.
He's doing his little,
It's horrifying.
Yeah,
Feel
the
bad for
mill
the-
is
feel bad
super
for the little
dramatic. Yeah, again, he's like a baby.
Yeah.
You just want to give him a little bottle to suck on.
And then the epilogue scene, we're back at Baron von Frankenstein's house, and his 6 babylicious maids.
I just want to say that windmill burning down, while it's like the end of this movie, it's the beginning of I, Frankenstein.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
what, that's what
It's
that
also
movie
the
starts.
It's also the beginning of Bride of Frankenstein.
It's a good start. Come on, who's seen that movie?
yeah,
Talking
sequel.
Aaron Eckhart. I,
Yeah,
Frankenstein,
man.
folks.
Harvey Dent.
I know you're really mad I didn't choose I, Frankenstein for this series. I chose my two
saying.
favorite Frankenstein movies.
I, Frankenstein.
Yeah. Hunky Aaron Eckhart Frankenstein. Missed opportunity.
So,
So yeah, the shitty epilogue that's not in I, Frankenstein.
and it's not in the book, and this was studio meddling. They're like, oh, we can't have Dr. Frankenstein die. That's too dark.
The people
And
want a
in my
happy ending.
opinion, the correct ending would not be for the monster to die and the doctor to live and everybody to be happily ever after. It should be reversed.
Yeah, sometimes these old movies don't give you the ending you expect from where the plot's going.
Because they're missing the mark.
They haven't established it yet.
Yeah, but he's like, well, my son is just recovering in bed. A toast to the
I've said it
house
before.
of son Frankenstein.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. There's the son of a Frankenstein.
It's like I recently watched The Gold Rush, the Charlie Chaplin movie, and in that movie, he's like the little tramp is being kind of spited by this woman all throughout the movie, and then the happy ending is he gets with her at the end, and they get together. But it's like, oh, she treated him like shit throughout this entire
movie.
movie.
Full penetration?
That you don't know that happens. This is a softcore film, Charlie. This ain't
Pre-code.
Caligula.
Pre-Hays Code.
But it's like, oh, no, the tramp shouldn't get with the woman who's been running around on him for the entire movie and all this. That doesn't seem like a happy ending, but I think by the standards of the era, it was. I don't know.
Yeah, well, with Chaplin's movies, it was a little less studio meddling and a little more Chaplin's own modeling sensibilities.
Yeah, I guess he had pretty good control on those things.
Yeah. He's all about, happy romantic endings and stuff.
I'll end up with the woman, and she'll be half my age.
This ending, in my opinion, is absurd.
It's the worst toast I've ever heard in my life. And it's something he said a bunch of times by the sound of it.
But that's 1931's Frankenstein, a movie that's not quite at its 100th anniversary yet, but it's fucking coming up.
That wraps up part 1 on our Frankenstein duology. Tune in next time to hear us talk about Frankenhooker. Until then,
Franken-sex worker.
Franken-sex worker, as in the modern parlance.
It's an older movie. They didn't have those polite terms then.
Thank you for listening to the High and Low Movie Show. If this has been something you like, why don't you rate, review, subscribe, or better yet, why don't you tell a friend? Why don't you tell a pile of corpse parts that you might have lingering in your workshop.
Friend, make sure you have an ear laying around though. You can't be talking to a hand. Talk to the hand.
Yeah, I don't think you need necessarily ears, but if you do have, say, a criminal brain and an abnormal brain, maybe you can test this podcast on them.
Oh yeah,
to see how they react.
Because we're normal on this podcast.
Did you know a perfectly normal scientist? Why don't you? Why don't you recommend it to them?
And if there's any women who are interested in getting involved in Mad STEM,
M-STEM as we call it.
Yeah, tell them to DM me. I'm single.
Wait, and you'll get them involved in STEM?
M-STEM for women.
That kind of STEM.
And you know what? Until next time. When we're talking about Frankenhooker. Thank you for listening to the High and Low Movie Show. I'm Vonn.
Mitchell.
I'm Luke.
Oh, I'm Vonn Coolziola.
I'm Mitchell McDye.
And Spook Sloan.
Oh.